Yeah, I've got grandkids visiting, so I better make sure I mute myself.
No, you're introducing us, Steve. Go.
Oh, that's right. That would be bad news. All right. Well, I'm gonna disappear from the screen. Take my own advice here in a minute. But hey, good morning, everybody, and welcome to our Saturday morning training. And we have Jeremy doing the Saturday morning training. And I was thinking, Jeremy, on July 4th, we should have played Chicago as the introduction. Saturday in the park. I wish it was the 4th of July, but at least this year we have World Cup action going on. And Jeremy promised he'd be done with the training in time, a few hours ahead of schedule. But we're glad you're all here today and participating in this. I can promise you one thing. I have never been on a training with Jeremy where I haven't learned like 4 or 5 things during the training where I just sit back and go, wow, I didn't know that. And so thank you for being here. And that's probably why you guys are here every week, because you learn something new. So Jeremy, with that, I'm turning it over to you, brother.
Awesome. All right. Thanks, Steve. Appreciate it. Thanks, everybody, for jumping on a Saturday. And yes, I love doing this. It's one of my passions. I've done it for many, many years. So I enjoy, sharing wisdom with all of you and motivation. And of course, it motivates myself, right? So that's why we're here. So last week, of course, we talked a little bit about the new Noti light paper. A week before that was when we talked about, week before that was 4th of July, so we didn't. But then before that was the Moneyball concept, right? So this week, we're going to go ahead and kind of piggyback off of the Moneyball concept. We're going to dive into a little bit more on the how to do networking, how to build your team, how to recruit, that kind of stuff. So today is going to be more focused on that, not so much on what is Noti and what are the products and everything. We're going to talk about what's called the 5-day challenge method. Now that we understand the Moneyball method, we can take it to the next level with this concept. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen here, and we will dive right into this and understand what the 5-day challenge is all about. So again, always have this disclaimer. We are not talking about any kind of guaranteed income, any kind of, just set it and forget it. And anytime that you're doing a business, it takes work. It takes, constant daily activity that we've got to be involved in. If you're, trying to just put it on autopilot, that never works, right? So no guarantees, no financial returns or passive income. This is based on you and your efforts and your talents and your abilities. And if you do the work, then yes, you can go ahead and make that money. So let's go ahead and dive into this and really understand how to make that happen. So this is what I call the 5-day challenge, a recruiting funnel that you can run on repeat. Okay. So we're going to educate our groups. We're going to let them enroll themselves, and we're going to repeat this every 2 weeks. So why does this work? Because education beats pitching, right? And not pitching like baseball pitching, pitching like just trying to recruit people, right? So education. So you kind of let them recruit themselves because they're so excited. The 5-day arc. We're going to introduce, the problem, and then get to the first step. Then how to run it, right? You can do it live or you can use text. Either way, doesn't matter, your choice. And then you do it repeatedly. You do it every 2 weeks. Okay. So why a challenge beats one-on-one pitching? So it's the same effort, but instead of trying to convince people one person at a time, you get to educate a whole room at once. Okay. So that's kind of what we're doing. So with one-on-one pitching, unfortunately, right, you're just repeating yourself endlessly all the time. Every prospect gets the same explanation from scratch. Your time doesn't scale. 10 prospects means 10 separate conversations. It feels like selling, right? A direct pitch puts you in salesperson mode, and the prospect is on the defensive, and the pressure goes up and the trust goes down, and there's no social proof, right? It's just you and them. They have no one else around them saying, hey, yeah, this makes sense, or I'm in it too. You're the only motivation. If you go quiet for a day, guess what? Conversation dead, right? Everything depends on your energy and your follow-up, and it's hard to duplicate. So your team, they can't really copy your improvised conversation. Every person pitches differently, so the results become random. But with the 5-day challenge, this is what you can do. It's one piece of daily content that could reach everyone in the group at the same time. So it could be 10 or 100 or whatever. The effort is identical, okay? So it's the teach once, many learn. It also feels more like education instead of a pitch, right? So you're giving value, you're not asking for money. The prospects lower their guard because they're learning, not being sold to. The group creates the proof. So the participants see each other engaging, they're asking questions, they're getting excited. The group convinces the group. The structure can carry it all. So a 5-day arc has built-in momentum. Each day pulls people toward the next, and the format does all the heavy lifting. And then it can duplicate perfectly, right? Because the same 5 days work for everyone. You hand your team the framework, and then they can run the same challenge. It's identical, it's repeatable, and it's scalable. Okay, so the challenge is your invite at bat, right? So you remember Moneyball, we talked about that. So this 5-day challenge is what your daily invite point to, okay? So you got to have your daily at bats, right? We've talked about that. Conversations, content, invites, right? So every day you start the conversations and you post content, and your invite at bat now has one clear destination. You're going to invite them to the challenge, okay? You're not inviting them to join Cirrus, okay? You're inviting them to this free 5-day challenge. So instead of hop on a call, your invite becomes joining the challenge. It's lower pressure, it's easier, yes, it's scalable. Then you do the 5-day challenge, right? Which educates and builds, okay? So the challenge does the teaching and convincing for you. At scale, the same way every time for everyone in the group. And then now you have self-selected enrollments, right? Maybe they just start with safe for $10 on day 5. And that's totally fine. By day 5, the right people have convinced themselves. The CTA is a simple, low risk first step. So 5-day arc, problem to first step. This is what it looks like. Each day moves the group one step closer from feeling the problem to taking action. So day 1, all about awareness, okay? It's all about defining the enemies of wealth, right? What does that mean? Well, you name the problem, okay? It could be, hey, you know what? We all pay too much in taxes, right? Or, oh, inflation is through the roof. It's crazy how things are so expensive nowadays. Or, oh, you know what? I used to be able to survive on just one stream of income, but nowadays, oh man, so hard. You know, I gotta find another source of income to make it work. Right? There are all these different things. There are 5 enemies of wealth, okay, that we can talk about. You just name the problem. You get them to feel why the old way of building wealth is broken. And you don't even mention a product yet. Not at all. Okay. Then on day 2, it's the aha moment. This is the shift that changes everything. Owning assets and versus being owed, right? Why decentralization and digital ownership matter. The mindset unlock. Okay. So we're talking about, it's just education, right? We're shifting that mindset. We're introducing concepts, not the product yet, not the opportunity yet, just concepts of decentralization and how do we fight back against these enemies and that kind of stuff. Then day 3 is all about relatability, tools you already pay for. Okay. Now we can introduce products. Okay. And we say, hey, you know what? We're already paying for cloud storage. Hey, you know what? We're already paying for Zoom or something else, right? Why not use something that is a little bit better, right? It's got that triple advantage to it. Okay. Now you're kind of opening up their eyes and like realizing the possibilities. Okay. So there was the problem. Here's a new model, a new concept. Okay. Oh, here's the actual tool that I can use to fight back. Okay. This is cool. Then day 4, now we talk about opportunity. getting paid in 3 ways, right? 3 income streams, token upside, how this turns from saving money into building income. And then finally on day 5, the invitation, your first step. So how to start? Join Cirrus with Safe at $10. Low risk, clear, no pressure, the self-selected enroll. So it's very simple, right? Day 1 creates that tension, okay? Day 2 offers the hope. Day 3 makes it real. Day 4 makes it desirable. And then day 5 makes it easy. You never sell, you just guide. Okay. So let's talk again about those 5 enemies of wealth. So when you're having a conversation with somebody, it's all about awareness. Okay. And making the group feel the problem before you even mention a solution. So you're talking about taxes and how the single biggest expense most people will ever have is taxes, and how the system is built so employees pay first and keep what's left, right? Versus being an independent business owner where you get to write stuff off, right? So there's a whole training we could do on that. But taxes, right? Everybody loves to complain about taxes. Inflation, right? We talked about what cost $100 a decade ago costs way more today. Your cash in the bank is just melting because it's losing value every day. Your debt interest, right? People paying so much interest on credit cards and loans and mortgages because it's just so easy to forget to pay it off at the end of the month and just kind of let it ride. And next thing you know, you're paying upwards of 29% on your credit cards. So that interest is flowing out of your pocket and into someone else's, right? You work, the lender earns. Then there's market volatility, right? Traditional investments can wipe out years of gains in a single crash, right? Who remembers 2008, right? Bring that up. Who remembers 2008? Yeah, I remember, yeah. Or, I lost so much money. All my investment property gone. Yeah, most people have no control and no protection against that kind of stuff. And then the single stream income, right? One paycheck from one job is the most fragile financial position there is. If that one stream stops, everything stops, right? These are the enemies and they're real. Okay. So how do we deliver it? You choose. You can, if you're comfortable going live, do it. Right. And you don't have to be professional. You don't have to, put on a suit and a tie, or, for women, you don't have to be in a dress and, look nice. You just look normal. You just go live for 5 to 10 minutes and tell your story. Tell about how you have your own money frustrations, okay? And you just talk through these 5 enemies, and you end with, tomorrow, I'm going to show you the shift that changes all of this. But if you're not comfortable going live, that's okay. You can just post, right? And whether you're doing Facebook, whether you're doing WhatsApp, whether it's just a text group, doesn't matter. You just write a post where you list the 5 enemies with 1 line each, and then you add an image or a graphic or something and just ask, hey guys, which of these hits home for you? And that sparks comments, right? People start to comment, oh yeah, I got hit with a tax bill, or oh yeah, I lost everything in 2008, whatever it is, right? You spark that conversation, okay? Then there's the engagement ask. So comment with the number of the enemy that affects you most, right? Which one of those 5 affects you the most? And the replies train the algorithm. Okay, if you're using Facebook, Instagram, whatever, any of those, the algorithm kicks in and it will tell you who's paying attention. Okay, but here's the day 1 rule: don't mention Cirrus, Noti products, or any money making, anything like that. Okay, day 1 is 100% problem. Selling on day 1 breaks the whole funnel, right? So all we're doing is we're just presenting that problem, getting engagement, having people start to go, yeah, that's right. Yeah, I hate taxes. I hate when I have to pay interest on credit card. And now you're kind of feeding that frenzy, right? Okay. Now, day 2, here's that aha moment, right? Here is where we're going to introduce this core message of the big idea, a change in mindset that's going to unlock everything. So most people spend their whole life being owed money. Okay. So that's a paycheck they're owed, or a bank balance the bank owes them, a pension they hope to be owed someday, right? Wealthy people own things instead. So they're assets that work for them, and that no one can quietly take away. So being owed is very fragile, right? We know that. Paycheck can stop. A bank can freeze or fail. A pension can be cut. You're depending on someone else's promise. But when you own, you're in control. When you own an asset, it's yours. There's no middleman. There's no permission needed. It can grow in value while you sleep, which is awesome. Digital ownership is kind of new, right? This whole idea of being a digital landlord. For the first time, ordinary people can truly own digital assets directly. Now, that's not a claim. It's not an IOU. It's the actual thing. You actually own it, okay? Which is so amazing. This whole Web3 concept is just, it's changing the world. And decentralization is the result, right? And that equals freedom. So no single company or bank can control it. That value is yours, it's verifiable, and it's portable outside the old fragile system. Pretty cool. Okay, so how are we going to deliver day 2? Well, again, you can go live, right? So you go live and you just, contrast the two lists out there. So you can talk about things that are owed versus things that are owned, and you make it personal, right? You talk about your own story as much as you can. And then you tease day 3 a little bit, right? You just say, hey, tomorrow, you know what? I'm going to talk about some tools that I've been using, I already pay for, that you could potentially use to flip from owed to owner. Or if you just want to do it in text, right? A simple post, just do a little 2-column thing, maybe an image of owed versus owned, and then caption it with the big idea and ask people, because this is all about, everything is about getting engagement, right? So we got to ask which column their money is mostly in right now, and people will respond. Okay. So here's the engagement ask. Be honest. Is your money mostly owed to you, or do you own it? Comment owed or owned and watch what happens, right? Their answer will reveal their readiness. So the day 2 rule is still no hard product pitch at all. Okay. We're not talking about products yet. You're just planting this idea of ownership in their brain. You're going to mention digital assets generally, and then save the specifics for days 3 and 4. All right. So day 3 now, tools we already pay for. Okay. So the goal here is now relatability. So we're going to introduce the Cirrus products as everyday tools that pay you back instead of just costing you. Okay. So the products as everyday tools. Here's the frame. You already pay for cloud storage. You already pay for video calls. And productivity apps every month. What if those exact tools paid you back instead, right? So you got Safe. Hey, we've got this amazing Safe product, replaces Google Drive, Dropbox for just $10 a month. We got Meetin, video meetings, replaces Zoom for $20 a month. You get way more value, way more options, way more stuff. It's great. And then of course Stacks, right? Productivity, commerce, travel. Replaces a lot of stuff from Microsoft 365 and shopping perks, right? For just $29 a month. And the hook is that it's the same tools you'd buy anyway, but these generate daily rewards, right? As we go right into that whole triple advantage idea of it's a better product, it's a better price, and nobody else can compete with this. You're getting daily digital rewards paid out to you. And though that is an entire upside that changes the game. Okay, so how do we deliver it? Again, live, right? Go live, share your screen, talk through the 3 tools, show how you actually use them. You could say, I was paying for Zoom anyway, but now my meeting tool pays me back, right? And then tease day 4, where you say, tomorrow, 3 ways it pays. And then, or just a text, right? Message on Facebook. Post the 3 tools with what each one replaces and the price with that caption. What are you currently paying for that could pay you back? So here's the engagement ask. How much do you spend monthly on apps like these? Comment a rough number. And it gets them starting to think about it, right? Calculating. Okay, what would it cost if I switched? Would I be saving money? Oh, okay, yeah. I want to know more about that, right? Why? Well, yeah, if I could pay less and get more and get daily rewards on it too. Their brain starts to go, right? And then the rule is all about the tools. We're not talking about comp plan yet. Not at all. It's just these are real and useful tools that we all use anyway. We might as well get the triple advantage, right? And we'll talk about the money mechanics the next day. All right, day 4, getting paid 3 different ways. Okay, so we got this is the goal. The opportunity is now to show how these tools turn from saving money into building actual income. So here is the 3 income streams. We got the daily rewards from the blockchain. Okay, so every product node that you own pays daily digital rewards, right? The Node tokens from the blockchain. Just passively every single day, just for using them, just for participation. Okay. Then you got referral rewards, right? So when you share the tools and someone subscribes, you get extra rewards on their sign up and every single monthly renewal. So you got this ongoing recurring token reward thing going on, right? And then finally, the cash commission. So you earn real cash in dollars on every purchase in your organization, paid weekly on your direct sales, and then monthly with the team bonus. Okay. So what's the upside that gets the attention? Well, right, you can show, hey, you know what? The token has gone from 0.002, 0.005. Now it's upward of almost 2 cents, right? That's 2.5 times in the first month. It's still early, still trading only on a decentralized exchange, but the more we get involved, the more it grows, the faster that upside goes, right? Price appreciation is what we like to call that. Every reward you earn today could be worth more tomorrow. That's the difference between spending money and building an asset. So what do? We go live and we walk through those 3 streams simply. We show a real reward screenshot, if you have one, right? And be honest that it takes work, okay? And then you tease day 5. You say, tomorrow, I'm going to show you exactly how to start for just $10. Or you can just do a post, text post the 3 streams as a single graphic, add your own reward proof if you've got it, and put the caption of most people only have 1 way to get paid. Here are 3. And then engagement. Which of the 3 interests you the most? Comment 1, 2, or 3. And the answer will tell you their motivation for day 5. Okay. So on that day 4 rule is be real about the effort. No get rich quick. Honesty here builds the trust that makes day 5 convert. So we got to under promise, right? Okay. Day 5 now is your first step. This is now the invitation. This is where you make starting super easy, low risk, and obvious. This is where the funnel converts. Okay. So you have a call to action. The offer is start with safe. Like make it so easy that they can't say no. Cloud storage you'd pay for anyway. That earns daily rewards and gets you in the door for just $10 a month. The lowest risk way to go from watching to owning. Okay. Because, and I didn't put this in the presentation, but I'm just thinking of it now. Honestly, that is the fastest way we're all going to benefit from everything we're doing on both the Noti side and the Cirrus side is grow this thing, right? Get in as many people as possible, because once they see that it's real and they're getting daily rewards, then buying a full node will be easy, right? Once they're in the door, now you can say, hey, look how much you're getting on that. Look how much it's grown up in price since you started. Then getting a node. Wow. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Let me look at my finances. Let me see what I can do, and we'll sell way more nodes this way in the long run. Okay. So why safe is the perfect first step? Because it's the lowest price point. Almost no barrier to saying yes. It's a real useful product that they pay for elsewhere anyway. It gets them inside the ecosystem with their own wallet and rewards. And once they see those rewards land, upgrading becomes their idea, not us trying to sell them on it, right? It's easy to say yes to because more people are going to start. And now you've got a bigger team already involved going, right? So Now you can use your Cirrus link. Now you can post your personal Cirrus enrollment link. That's the only link you need. It tracks everyone that joins right through your challenge. So it's so much easier to just do this. And instead of trying to pitch them on, hey, let's be a digital landlord and buy that node, right? No, it just scares everybody away. And then they got a bad taste in their mouth, and it's going to be really hard to get them to join later. But once they're in and they see it's real, it becomes easy. So you can go live, recap the 5-day journey, then make the invite directly. If this resonated, the easiest first step is save for $10. Comment start, and I'll send you the link. And then personally follow up with every commenter, okay? Or just text it, put a post, and all text, post the recap, the safe offer, your link, pin it, caption, ready to own instead of being owed. Start here for $10. DM me with questions. Then you got the conversion ask. Comment start, and I'll send you everything you need. A public comment is a micro commitment, much stronger than a silent direct message, right? And so day 5 rule is follow up personally with everyone who engaged all week, even if they don't comment start, even if they just give you a thumbs up, right? The challenge warmed them up. So now your follow-up can close them, okay? All right, so where to run your challenge? Hey, keep it simple. Don't have to be complicated on this. Use the free platforms, and your prospects are already on for the most part. So you can do a Facebook group. Okay, this is best for reaching people who aren't on Telegram, maybe, or and leveraging your existing friends list. So just create a private group and call it the 5-day money shift or something, right? Add or invite people who said yes to your at-bat invite. Remember, we still got to do the at-bat stuff. Okay, so I got to do those daily reach outs, right? But then when they respond, then you invite them into the group to be part of that 5-day challenge. Then you're going to post each day's content and go live in the group. Then you're going to, with all the comments and reactions are visible, so it people see, okay, there's other people in here commenting and and saying, yep, I like it. Pin day 5's offer post to the top once you get there on Facebook, or if you got like a Telegram channel or just a text group, right? You could do it there. This is best for focused, distraction-free experience and easy daily broadcasting. So you create that group, you share the join link with your at-bat invitees, right? And the stories, and then you post text images and short videos every day there. There's no algorithm in a Telegram or a text group though. So everyone's just going to see every message, right? It doesn't, have the possibility of bringing outside people in, but that's okay. It's great for prospects who value privacy over public comments, right? So you can decide, or you can do both, right? Just depends. But here's some pro tips. So pick one, whichever one you're comfortable with to start with is probably I'd recommend. Don't try and do both at the same time. Just master one of the platforms and expand. Simplicity duplicates. Definitely repost daily content. So, save each day's post and video. You'll reuse them, the exact same content for every future challenge that you do. Small groups still work. Okay, it doesn't have to be 100 people or 1,000 people. It could be 8 people, right? So that's okay. You don't need hundreds. Just do it with whoever says yes, and then make it easy, right? One link, one tap. The less friction to enter the challenge, the more people show up for day 1. All right. So how to fill up your challenge? Your Moneyball at bats feed it, right? That's where they come from. So the invite at bat now has one clear destination. The new invite at bat is this. Before was kind of harder, right? Want to hop on a call or hear about a business opportunity? Well, you might get some yeses, right? But now you've got a free 5-day challenge you can do, right? So, hey, I'm running a free 5-day challenge on how everyday tools can pay you back instead of just costing you. Want me to add you? Simple, okay? So who to invite from your daily at-bats? Anyone you start a conversation with this week. Leads who engage with your content but never move forward, people who liked or commented on your post, past, not now prospects. This is a fresh, low pressure reason to reconnect, and friends and family who never sit through a pitch, but they will join a free challenge, right? And other tactics you can do. So you can do the personal invites first, for sure. The highest converting fill method is a personal message of, hey, so-and-so, I'm doing something I think you'd like or find value with. Can I add you? Just simple. Or you can just do a teaser in your story, right? Starting my free 5-day money shift challenge on Monday. Comment in if you want to be, or want the link. It lets people actually raise their hand and say, yeah, I'll do it. Or you can invite your existing pipeline. Okay. So everyone in your follow-up list, the at-bat number 2s, is a perfect challenge invite. The challenge re-engages cold leads. And then you can ask participants to invite a friend. Hey, do you know someone else who'd benefit? Go ahead and add them, right? Your group grows itself with warm referrals. And then run it small, run it often. Don't wait for big groups. 5 to 10 people is plenty. Frequency beats size. A new cohort every 2 weeks compounds, okay? All right, then you just run it on repeat. The compounding engine. The first challenge is practice. The 10th runs itself. This is a system, not a one-time event, okay? So here's the 2-week challenge cycle. Days 1 to 3, fill it up. Invite your friend, your daily at-bats, build the group to 5 to 15 people. Then you run from days 4 to 8. You deliver those 5 days, right, in that arc, 1 day of content at a time. Then is the close. So days 9 through 10, follow up personally with everyone who engaged, enroll the ready ones. And then you reset. So days 11 through 14 is kind of a debrief, reuse your saved content, start filling for the next cohort. Okay. So why repetition compounds? Because each cohort enrolls a few new people, and those people can run their own challenge, and your content is already made. Every repeat is less work than the last one, and you get better at delivery with practice, right? Cold leads who said not now will join later when the timing is right. And 12 months of bi-weekly challenges is 26 cohorts total, which is a serious organization. So the duplication pays off. Here's where it becomes unstoppable. When you enroll someone through your challenge, you hand them this exact same training, and they run the identical 5-day challenge with their own Cirrus link, and the framework is the product. Nothing to invent, nothing to customize. So 10 team members, each running a challenge every 2 weeks, is 260 challenge cohorts a year across your whole team, all from one duplicable system. Okay, so here's your 5 takeaways. A challenge beats one-on-one pitching. You teach once and the whole group learns. It feels like education instead of selling. The group creates its own social proof, and the same 5 days duplicate perfectly across your team. Number 2, the 5-day arc moves from the problem on the first day, right? Day 1, the 5 entities of wealth, to day 2, owning versus being owed. Day 3, the tools you already pay for. Day 4, getting paid 3 ways. Day 5, your first step. So you guide, you don't sell. Number 3, run each day live or as a text and image post, whichever you're comfortable with. Both can work. Every day delivers a hook, 1 lesson, 1 proof point, 1 engagement ask, and then keep days 1 to 2 product free. Selling too early breaks the funnel. Number 4, host it free, a Facebook, Telegram, or wherever you feel is good, and fill it from your Moneyball at bats. Your invite at bat now points to the challenge. Day 5's call to action is the easy yes. Start with save for $10 using your own Cirrus link. And number 5, run it on repeat. A new cohort every 2 weeks with content you already made. Each enrollee gets the same training and runs the identical challenge with their link. This framework is the system, and the system can compound. All right, so that is it, my friends. Hopefully that was helpful. I'm excited to start implementing it myself, but what do you think?
That was awesome, Jerem. And we're all going to learn about duplication, simplicity, and 5-day challenge. So, we're all anxious to do something because compounding is the key to anything. And I was sitting here thinking of when you've had groups of 100,000 in your downline, and Gordon and I have had groups of 100,000. And that's the only way it works, is exactly the way you said. Gordon, you have any thoughts on that?
No, I think it was excellent. We're just in a situation right now where we've got to keep this thing going. We've got some incredibly big things going to be happening here in the next, 2-3 months. And so, we're getting positioned, and this is a great way to do it.
Perfect. Brother Vaughn, any thoughts? Okay, good. Thumbs up, Jerem. That's all.
Double thumbs up. Very, very good. And I'm grateful for the slides, because then I can go back and
yes.
some people's
Yeah.
learning styles.
Yeah, we'll make those available for sure.
All right, Jerem. Look forward to next week.
Okay, thanks everybody.
Okay.
Have a great
Thank
Saturday.
you. Take care.
All right, yeah. Bye.